Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. We did it. We smashed $81,111, which is the current all-time high over on Coinbase, the largest exchange in the States. So congratulations to all the Bitcoin broskies and siskies. We did it, and you ain't seen nothing yet. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis. Also, it's quite interesting. 3 years ago from today, Bitcoin hit the previous all-time high from the previous cycle, which was $69,000. And exactly 14 years ago today, you can buy one Bitcoin for 50 cents. That's 2 Bitcoin for $1. We'll also be discussing Ethereum smashing 3,200, surpassing the Bank of America market cap, as well as most pro-crypto Congress ever. Brian Armstrong, the Coinbase CEO, says the U.S. voted for 257 House candidates favoring digital assets. We'll also be discussing BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF asset under management surpasses the gold counterparty in just 10 months, as well as Bitcoin stock-to-flow model back on track, predicting a $500,000 Bitcoin price according to PlanB. I'll be sharing his timeline. And speaking of bullish price projections, Tor Demeester says eye-watering Bitcoin price target of $850,000 in play based on outperformance of gold. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. If you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes and go ahead and subscribe to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod and hit that bell icon, turn on all notifications. Today is pod episode 1814. I'm your host, JV. It's November 10th, 2024. Another historic November 10th in the Bitcoin market as we surpass 80 Gs. In fact, we surpassed 81,111 is the current all-time high on Coinbase right now. So welcome, broskies, siskies, and dogskis, pupskis, squirrelskis. Peanut, rest in peace. But yeah, and happy 420, by the way. We got 420 live viewers here on the stream right now. And let me actually, before we get into the market watch, let me just check the X feed and repost and shout out anyone who is helping to get more eyeballs on the stream today. Iris put 3 rocket ships to the moon. Amen to that. Crypto Send 850 Bitcoin. You already know. Enjoy the pump. That's right. Michael Jordan. Thank you. 81,000 all-time high. That's right, Shortcoin. Thank you, JC Ice, our one and only Oracle. We're live and still in price discovery. Let's get it. Amen. And shout out Mario, W, the rest of the fam. Thank you, Max Kaiser, on the repost earlier. John George, and the rest of the fam. Keep the comments flowing. Again, this is live and interactive, and we're just getting started. But yeah, let's kick it off with our market watch as we do every day. You can see on Coin360, it's not just Bitcoin, it's the entire market lit like a Christmas tree. Bitcoin still up 4% on the day, maintaining above 79.5 after tapping out at an all-time high a little earlier of $81,111. XRP is even up 8%. Cardano's up a whopping 37%. Sui is up 19%. Doge, 28%. Sheeb, 30%. The entire market is lit. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The entire crypto market cap is $2.69 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap, $1.573 trillion, $169 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance, 58.7%, with Ether dominance, 14.4%. Checking out the top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. Cardano leading the pack, up 37%. And in fact, it's up 81%. In the past week, we have Sheeb up 30% on the day and 50% on the week, and Doge up 28% on the day and 80% on the week. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Let me know. And check it out. The crypto bubbles, get a visual perspective on the daily. Every single thing is virtually pumping and in the green. And zooming out on the week, very similar story, even more impressively. And zooming out on the month, very similar story, virtually everything pumping and in the green. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're finally in extreme greed at a 78. Yesterday was a 75, last week a 74, and last month a 32 in fear. And checking out the time chain calendar, there's 180,238 blocks yet to go into the next halving of 2028. And we're currently on block 869,762. And how many Satoshis can you currently exchange for $1 or vice versa? How many Satoshis does $1 buy you? Well, today, only 1,258. I stand mistaken. 1,257 sats per dollar. Yesterday was above 1,300. A few days ago, it was above 1,500. A week ago, it was above 1,800. And what I say, mark my words, soon it'll be less than 1,000 sats per dollar. It's only a matter of time. So stack them sats accordingly. And a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Trump1.com. That's TrumpWON.com. It's a domain up for sale via a private auction. If you're interested in this fabulous domain, make sure to email info@thewinningest.com. Again, info@thewinningest.com, or check the YouTube description below the video for more details. And let's make America great again, shall we? Let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. Headline here reads, Bitcoin price hits now 81,000 for the first time. New inflation adjusted all-time high. Yeah, baby. Bitcoin's price crossed the 80,000 mark for the first time in history, now above 81,000. In fact, the exact high on Coinbase at the moment is $81,111, and over a 1.5 trillion market cap just days after Trump's re-election in the U.S. presidential elections, which we witnessed on stream as well. Let me know if you watched the election Trump pump. Now, Bitcoin rose almost 4.5% to reach a new inflation-adjusted record high of 80,000. Now again, $81,111 via Coinbase. Smaller tokens, including Ether, Doge, and Cardano, also rallying like a mofo. During this election campaign, Trump vowed to position the U.S. as a leader in the crypto industry, further proposing to develop a strategic Bitcoin reserve and appointing pro-crypto regulators. You're fired, Gary. Now go home and get your shine box. Can't wait for that day. Following his win November 6th, Bitcoin risen almost 16%, is on the course to deliver its best weekly performance since February. That's right. Bitcoin has surged roughly 80% year to date, driven by strong demand for the U.S. Bitcoin ETFs and the Fed's interest rate cuts. And in doing so, it has outpaced traditional investments like stocks and gold. Take that, Peter Schiffmeister. Now, spot Bitcoin ETFs such as BlackRock's 35 billion iShares, Bitcoin Trust IBIT have played a huge role in the ongoing Bitcoin price boom. That's right. For instance, IBIT recorded daily net inflows of 1.4 billion November 8th, according to Farside, the day before trading volume for iShares ETF reached an all-time high, highlighting the bullish impact of Trump's political comeback on the crypto industry. Trump pump. I mean, these numbers are unprecedented. You got to keep in mind that the ETFs for Bitcoin just achieved in 10 months what took gold many years to achieve. And just like that. So Bitcoin's climb above 80,000 has raised anticipations for a continued bull run. You damn right. Multiple analysts anticipating a rise to 100 Gs. Send it. Crypto Rover, for instance, cited Bitcoin's tendency to establish record highs 50 to 60 days after the U.S. elections, noting the price could reach 100,000 by January if the fractal plays out as intended. Another historic pattern, Bitcoin never returns to the pre-election price post-election, meaning we may never see another $69,000 or $70,000 Bitcoin price action. Quoting him here, Dr. Profit, that is. In the last few days, 60,000 Bitcoin were bought by retail investors. 1,800 Bitties was bought by BlackRock. At the same time, only 450 Bitcoin are mined each day. And only 2 million Bitcoin are available to buy on the exchanges. Can you say supply shock? He also says if we continue in this speed, we will reach 100,000 by the end of the year. Well, let's send it, eh? And before I pull up the live charts, just to give you some perspective, exactly 3 years ago today, Bitcoin reached the all-time high of 69,000, which was the high for the previous cycle. Today, we made history again, surpassing now 81,000 for the first time in Bitcoin history since the Genesis block. And this will blow your mind. 14 years ago today, you can buy 1 Bitcoin for 50 cents. In fact, 2 for $1. 2 Bitcoins for $1. Those days are long gone. But if you could hop in the DeLorean and go back to the future, how many of the Bitty would you cop? Let me know. And let's pull up some of the live charts for you guys via Coinbase. This we're looking at is the 1 minute chart, super zoomed in here. So let's zoom out. Let's start from the 1 hour and work our way back. This is the 1 hour chart. The new all-time high, as you can see, via Coinbase is $81,111, achieved roughly an hour ago. Price discovery, we have entered like at least a half a dozen times since the Trump election victory night, November 5th. And zooming out from the 1 hour, we're having a small correction right now, as you can see with the red candles. We'll zoom out to the 4 hour because y'all must have forgot. In the words of Roy Jones Jr., look at that. 4 hour chart, 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive respected green candles, itty bitty correction. So you already know we're still maintaining above 79.5, live and in the flesh. And yesterday you could see that Godzilla green candle, which may have been another, I don't know, couple $1,000 jump out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I think we're up $13,000 this week in the past 7 days. Let that sink in. And we haven't even had a significant correction off the back of that pump. And this is the daily chart. You can see forming another mega green bullish candle this week. I mean, it is Sunday, so we're going to get a close on the weekly candle. So all eyes on this chart right now. There's a rising wedge formation. It's extremely bullish. We do still have the sexy cup and handle target sitting at 124,000, and we're going to get a mega green candle close on the weekly here in a few hours. So that's pretty exciting. We're entering, we're actually just in the second week of November. So this month is really just starting. And then if we zoom out a little more, we'll check out the monthly real quick for a broader perspective, and you'll see the 2 previous months we finally had green candle closes after a few corrective months of sideways trading, and this month we're forming another very strong, solid Q4 Godzilla candle. So let's make it happen, Captain, and let me know your thoughts regarding the price action and where the biddy is likely to go next. So not only is Bitcoin making big strides, but many of the alts, including Ethereum, back on track and gaining momentum. Ethereum hits 3,200, surpassing the Bank of America market cap. Move aside legacy banking cartels. Ethereum, second largest crypto by market cap, hit 3,200 November 10th, its highest since August, as Bitcoin surpassed now 81,000 following the Donald Trump victory for the presidential election. According to CoinMarketCap, the market cap of Ether now stands at around $383 billion, up almost 5% in the past 24 hours, putting it roughly $40 billion above Bank of America's market cap. Well, that's a pretty decisive lead, $40 billion above. ETH's high valuation compared to the Bank of America shows a shift in financial market dynamics as blockchain technology adoption and growth begin to exceed traditional finance. That's right. The shift signals the rising popularity of decentralized finance we know as DeFi and crypto assets as the US SEC considers listing the first options tied to the spot Ether ETFs. There you go. ETH has witnessed the greatest weekly price action since May as Bitcoin progressively pushes the limits to reaching new all-time highs. Again, we just tapped 81,111, which is the current all-time high achieved roughly an hour ago. However, over the last 7 days, ETH supply has been quickly increasing at an inflationary rate of 0.42% a year, previously deflationary in early to mid-October. So according to ultrasound.money data, the current yearly ETH burn rate sits at 452,000 ETH, while the issuance rate is more than double that of 957,000 ETH, resulting in an annual supply increase of 0.42%. Now for some community analysis. The sentiment amongst analysts on X indicates mixed views, but shared anticipation for further price action to the upside with predictions of a new all-time high soon. One user shared their expectation that ETH is set to break the 4,000 barrier, stating Ether will most likely breeze through 4K. Let me know if you agree, if it'll likely break that previous all-time high here soon. And we also have another analyst, Poseidon, posted a similar trajectory, but expected an initial pullback before the new all-time high, with ETH price exceeding the 4,300 price mark. Meanwhile, Vitalik introduces Info Finance. That's right. Buterin explained that Info Finance is a discipline that begins with a fact that you want to know, and ends with a market that optimally elicits that info from market participants. The ETH co-founder, when he is not singing Japanese karaoke, advocated for prediction markets to collect insights from the community about future events in a way that offers public expectation without media sensationalism or influence. Let me know your thoughts. How many of you are bullish on Ether? Holler at your boy. But let's continue with the news. We still got a lot to share. We just discussed the latest Ethereum price action, the Bitcoin price action. Whole market is pumping. Now let's discuss most pro-crypto Congress of all time. Brian Armstrong says the U.S. voted for 257 House candidates favor of digital assets. That's right. The Coinbase chief executive, Brian Armstrong, says the results of the U.S. election are a huge victory for the crypto industry. In a long post on X, he says the executive and legislative branches of the U.S. government are set to be replaced by politicians who have voiced their support for the digital asset industry. And according to the Coinbase boss, Americans went into polling stations partially to show their distaste for the U.S. SEC chair, No Claire Gare, a.k.a. Gary Gensler. Well, guess what, Gary? You're fired. Now go home and get your shine box. You're out of here. And Senator Warren, take Senator Warren with you, please, as they tried to strangle the industry for years. Precisely what they were doing. The country fully repudiated the work of the Senator Warren and Gary Gensler, who tried for years to unlawfully kill our industry. Precisely. This next Congress will be the most pro-crypto Congress ever. It's going up forever, Laura. Stand with Crypto voters showed up in force to help the elect pro-crypto candidates in almost every district on both sides of the aisle. 257 pro-crypto candidates elected in the House. Crypto for the win. Coinbase-backed digital asset advocacy group Stand with Crypto shows the voters elected 267 pro-crypto candidates to the House of Representatives and 18 in the Senate, with President-elect Trump at the helm. Let's go. Stand with Crypto gives Trump an A rating, signifying that the incoming U.S. president strongly supports digital assets. That's right. And while the U.S. 2024 elections turned out to be a big victory for crypto, Armstrong says the fight is far from over, quoting him here. Finally, crypto is here to stay from a policy point of view, and we are going to keep showing up until we see sensible legislation passed that protects consumers and the industry from future attacks. We are going to see this industry be built in America. For Christ's sake, the chairman of the SEC couldn't even protect us from Sam Bankman-Fried and Caroline Ellison. Not a good look, Gary. But anyways, Coinbase and A16Z have contributed additional funding to Fair Shake, which already has about $78 million to use in the 2026 midterms. Stand with Crypto currently has 1.9 million advocates and has taken a stretch goal to get to 4 million advocates by the 2026 midterms in the next couple of years. So there you go, yo. We finally got a pro-crypto Congress. It's about time, and especially with Trump at the helm. Day one, January 20th. That gives us 60 to 90 days before Inauguration Day. Gary Gensler, hit the road, Jack. Hit the freaking road. You're out of here. But anyways, family, keep the comments flowing. Let's dive into our next story of the day. Let's discuss the latest with BlackRock and their ETF. Their unprecedented volume, which has been wild. So yeah, big news. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF assets under management officially surpasses gold in just 10 months. That's right. The spot Bitcoin ETFs have had a particularly strong year. You can say that again, with BlackRock's IBIT at the forefront for most of the inflows. This week was particularly positive for the largest Bitcoin ETF as it broke its own record November 7th, the day after the U.S. election results came out, and attracted roughly $1.12 billion worth of inflows. The net inflows continued on Friday with another 206 million. Thus, IBIT now has more than 33 billion as of November 8th in assets under management just 10 months after the launch. 33 billion worth of the biddy. Moreover, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has now surpassed its gold counterparty. That's right, the iShares Gold ETF, which has just shy of 33 billion in assets under management. And interestingly, this has been active for nearly 2 decades. So what Bitcoin just achieved in 10 months, it took gold with their ETF 2 decades. That's 20 years. 19 years to be more precise. They launched January 21st of 2005, and right now it's 2024. 19 years for the gold ETF to do $33 billion in assets under management. We just achieved that with Bitcoin in 10 months. Let that one sink in. So as Nate Gerasi points here, absolutely wild. It truly is. This is unprecedented. Let's discuss IBIZ dominance. Data from Farside shows dominant performance of BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF and an average daily net inflow of 123 million for all the spot Bitcoin ETFs. IBIT has been pulling the strings with 130 million. No other Bitcoin ETF even comes close as the second in line. Fidelity's FBTC is at 51.2 million. IBIT has never seen more than 69 million in net outflows daily, while the biggest withdrawal days for many of the other ETFs were significantly higher. FBTC's worst day saw 191 million taken out. ARK Invest is at 138 million and Bitwise 79 million. Moreover, Grayscale, as you know, GBTC owns this negative record with a whopping 642 million. That's right, GBTC once had over 600,000 Bitcoin. Now it's like less than 300,000. And where did all that Bitcoin go that they gave up? Right into BlackRock's Coinbase custodian wallet. That's where it went. Now, IBIT's assets under management is roughly triple of that of FBTC, and the difference compared to the rest is even more mind-boggling. Now let's discuss gold versus the Biddy price addition. Peter Schiff. Listen up, brother. Both of these assets have charted impressive gains since the start of the year, and we have explored this in the past. We will focus now on the past few days, especially since Trump's election as the 47th U.S. president, which has become official November 6th. Gold stood close to 2,700 an ounce, but quickly dropped over 4% to 2,640 an ounce. Although it has recovered some ground and closed Friday at 2,684, it is still in the red after the Trump victory. In contrast, Bitcoin traded at 67, but exploded to 75 on the election day and kept climbing. In fact, right now, the all-time high achieved roughly an hour and a half ago is now $81,111. And I don't think this Bitcoin train is slowing down. So hop on the rocket ship. We're heading where no human being has gone before, to the moon. We're going to be discussing this 500,000 target as per Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model. Then we'll discuss the $850,000 new prediction from Tor Demeester with Bitcoin doing some big things in comparison to overtaking gold. And then we'll tap into some live Q&A. So yeah, the headline reads, Bitcoin stock to flow model back on track, predicts 500,000 per Biddy. That's what's up. Check this out. After surging by more than 50% within a week, as well as breaking the March all-time high and charting several new ones, the latest, now 81,111, Bitcoin has become the focus of massive price predictions once again. That's right. While some cause or come for questionable unknown analysis and sources, one of the original bull cases, the stock to flow model developed by Plan B indicates a rather impressive price of $500,000 per Bitcoin, as the asset seems ready for takeoff right now. In fact, let me read you the latest tweet from Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model. He wrote, after the ETF fake out earlier this year, Bitcoin is now ready to take off. Stock to flow model predicts $500,000 average with a $250,000 to $1 million bandwidth. Note, this is the original 2019 model, refitted with 5-year new data, same parameters, same results, $55,000 to $500,000 to $4 million per Bitcoin. Send it. Let's freaking get it. So yeah, let's discuss more of that $500,000 target. Basing it on scarce commodities like gold and silver, Plan B outlined the original Bitcoin stock to flow model years ago, in which the stock is already existing supply of Bitcoin, while the flow is the annual production. Since the latter is slashed in half every 4 years after the halving, it should make crypto more valuable in time. Precisely, there's currently 450 Bitcoin mined per day. Prior to that halving we had on April 19th, there was virtually 900 Bitcoin being minted per day, and every 4 years it will continue to get cut in half. Scarcity. Now, in fact, Plan B's model outlines several quite bullish price predictions for the past. However, many of those failed to come to fruition, such as the 100 Gs and 135,000 by the end of 2021. PlanB mentioned that early 2024 for the breakout, which they labeled as a fake out, when Bitcoin shot up to 73.7 after the launch of the US-based ETFs. However, the rally that started now after the Trump victory in the US presidential elections seems a lot more sustainable, according to the model. And as such, Bitcoin can surge even higher than the median prediction of $500,000. So are you ready? After it became clear that Trump would be the next president of the United States of America, crypto investors who stood on the sidelines for the past several months return with massive purchases. This is evident not only from the ETF inflows, but also from the growing number of stablecoins that are flying into the exchanges. Check this out, as shared by Look On Chain. Tether minted 2 billion USDT in just 2 days. Where did these minted USDT go? 2.54 billion USDT has flowed from Tether to exchanges since November 6th. A massive amount of money is being injected into the crypto market. And that's very apparent from the market. When we checked out the market watch earlier, the market cap has been soaring as we get closer and closer to 3 trillion, which is the current all-time high. Such impressive numbers heading towards trading platforms suggest investors have been purchasing or are preparing to do so in the near future, which can send the prices even higher. So send it and let's motherfucking go. Now for our feature story of the day. $850,000 Bitcoin. Tor de Meester says eye-watering Bitcoin price target in play based on outperformance of gold. So let's break this baby down, shall we? Bitcoin veteran Tor de Meester says the crypto king, the Biddy, could be headed much higher than many anticipate as it battles for store value supremacy against gold. He shares with his followers on X that he agrees with the thesis that Bitcoin will eventually reach the same market capitalization as gold, perhaps as soon as the current market cycle. Can someone tell me what the gold market cap is now? I would speculate probably in the ballpark of 18 trillion. Let me know in the comments, fam. De Meester, editor-in-chief of the Bitcoin analysis firm Adamant Research, clarifies that parity with gold's market cap will act as more of a magnet for the investors, with a target of 300,000 being the likely final income. Quoting him here, to be clear, I believe the magnet will be gold parity. In other words, investors will consider $800,000 to $1 million to be the main Bitcoin price target during the bull. Just like 100,000 was the magnet for the 2021 bull market. Aim for the stars, land on the moon. An example on $300,000 to $400,000. Wherever the Bitcoin price tops out, de Meester predicts that eyes will water from an incoming Bitcoin fever that will take over. Bring it. I'm so ready for that Bitcoin fever. Joining the conversation, legendary commodities trader Peter Brandt shared a chart suggesting Bitcoin versus gold has just exited a channel to make a break for the 35-to-1 resistance, which is where the 2021 bull market topped out. Quoting the analyst here, Bitcoin versus gold, the ultimate store of value. The chart suggests a target of a 130-to-1 ratio. So long horizon projections suggest 6,500 per ounce of gold and $850,000 per Bitcoin. And Max Kaiser says, for every increase of gold of $1, Bitcoin will do a $20 increase, ultimately meaning Bitcoin will outperform gold 20x to 1. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And what are your thoughts of Bitcoin hitting, smashing $850,000 per coin? Holla at your boy, and welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Let's go.
We're a mix of aces and perfect tens. We're blackjacks, we don't bend. We hodl winning hands to the end.
Is Gary still here? Are you still here, Gary? Can't believe we got another Gary Gensler special appearance. I'll hire his daughter, says John Wick. I used to pay people to trim 300 to 500 pounds of weed every year, but I bought a machine that took their place. Sorry, Gare, no work for you. Sorry, Gary. Market cap of gold is only 12 trillion. Oh, wow. So we can surpass that. Easy peasy.